Okay, be honest. Does your bike scream for mercy when you hop on?
The Philodo Falcon comes tuned for regular-sized humans. But we aren't regular. We are cargo.
But even if you're average size, you might want to adjust your suspension for the ultimate comfort.
Today, I'm showing you the 2-minute fix. Adjusting the rear shock preload. No magic, just mechanics.
A little this, a little that, and we turn that bike into a cloud to sit on.
Stiffen it up to keep the ride smooth. Much better.
Let's make this bike handle like a dream. Let's get tinkering.
Warning! I'm just a dumbass that likes to tinker with things and share my results. I am in no way responsible for any damages if you try what I share on my videos and you have issues. Tinker at your own risk. In order to pump up your rear shock, you will need a shock pump. I will go ahead and leave a link in the description to the one used in the video. You can see that it has a Schrader valve screw, a lockout, and a pressure release button. Even though this pump stores compactly, you can swing out the hose, giving you a better angle with the pump. I personally really like this model because it has a quick release lever. A lot of the cheaper ones, as soon as you start loosening the Schrader valve, it will let the air out, defeating the purpose of the pump. The factory rear shock from Philodo that we are going to focus on today is a DNMA06 shock. In order to pump up our shock, we need to pay attention to the Schrader valve that is located right here. Our first step is going to be to remove the red cap covering the valve. The red cap can be kind of tight, but it will spin off. Think about it like a normal tire valve cap. If you are using the same shock pump that I am, make sure that this lever is switched down so that it will not pressurize the pump when screwing it in. You will want to screw this into the valve all the way in to make sure that it is tight. Once we know that it is good and tight, we will go ahead and flip the lever. You should notice that the pump pressurizes right away. If it does not, then double check all of your connections. I will go ahead and put the chart on the screen now so you can decide what PSI that you will want to start with by your weight. Never exceed 250 PSI at the risk of damage to the shock or yourself. Feel free to pause the video and study what pressure you'd like to put into your shock. Please make sure to not pump above 250 PSI. That could be very dangerous. While paying attention to the gauge, you will want to pump up the pressure. You will need to pump hard and fast in order to force the air into the shock valve. It is okay to randomly stop pumping in order to check what pressure you have achieved. And just like that, I've reached my intended pressure of 220. Now that I've reached my goal, I am going to release the pressure on the pump by pulling this switch back before unscrewing from the Schrader valve. If you end up pumping it too high, you can push on this button right here in order to release some air pressure. You might hear a quick sound of air escaping. Don't worry about that. That is only the pressurized air in the pump lines and not the shock. Now that the cap is back on, you should be ready to go. Go ahead and take the bike around the block and decide if the shock is too stiff, too soft, or just right. If the shock is too soft, go ahead and reconnect and pump it up a little more. If it is too stiff, release a little bit of air.
Remember, the shock pump is your best friend. And don't use a tire pump. It takes 2 seconds. Hook it up, pump it up, and say goodbye to riding on a bouncy castle.
Now your electric bike is actually ready for the real world and for real-sized riders like us.
If any of this info is helpful to you and you are in the market to purchase a bike, please consider using my referral link in the description. That's a wrap for today. Keep pedaling, and I'll see you in the next video.
You better like, subscribe, and comment on the video.